Welcome back, children. Next, we'll move on to the second phylum, Coelentrata. What is the other name for Coelentrata? Cnidaria. Okay, Cnidaria. The spelling was given wrong. Cnidaria. Cnidaria. Coelentrata or Cnidaria. C is silent here. And here also, where first we'll see the general characteristic. How we saw in porifera, no? That porifera we can see in water. Okay, marine water. And coelentrata we can see both aquatic and also marine water. Coelentrata we can see in aquatic also, and we can see most of the animals are mostly marine. And here second point, it is a sessile or free swimming. Sessile means S-E-S-S-I-L-E. S-E, not C, S-E-S-S-I-L-E, sessile or free swimming. Okay, sessile means, what is sessile? For example, if we have the leaf means, if it has the stalk, petiole means that is a normal leaf. Suppose some leaves we can see without a stalk, the leaf were attached to the stem even. So that condition we can call it as the sessile. So if it is a sessile, it will be freely, it will swim. It won't attach it with the any substratum. So that is the meaning here. So what is sessile or free swimming? There is no stalk to attach over the substratum. So it will be free swimming. Is that clear? Second concept. Third, we know CCE. All comes under radially symmetry. So the body organization is radially symmetry. Three concept is clear, children. It is aquatic, sessile or free swimming, and it is a radially symmetric animals. Fourth one we'll see body forms. So what is body forms? So we have learned in the porifera, that comes under diploplastic. Even the coelentrata comes under diploplastic. For that only I told, no, you want to remember in the order. So afterwards, will by God, I'll give some tricks to remember which is diploplastic, which is triploplastic, like that. But just to understand, now you follow my videos. Okay. At last I'll tell how to remember diploplastic, triploplastic, radially symmetrical, bilateral symmetrical, and all those digestion process, neural system, it is present or absent. I'll take at the end of all phylum completed. So this coelentrata comes under diploplastic, meaning it will contain only ectoderm and endoderm. Center we can see the mesoglial cells. There is no mesoderm. So it is, we can call it as diploplastic. We can call it as diploplastic. And here also there is no head. The body doesn't contain any head, children. And there is no locomotive organs like flagella. No locomotive organs like flagella. But we can see in some of the group, we can see imagine this is the structure of one coelentrata group. There we can see like a small tentacle like structure. Small flagella like, but we won't call it as flagella, we would call it as tentacles. Okay, so this tentacles will help to search for food, and also they need to escape from the predators also. They'll use this tentacles. So normally there is no locomotive organ like flagella, but we can see a special structures and a flexible structure, we can call it as tentacles. Okay, what is the spelling for the tentacles? T-E-N-T-A-C-L-E-S. What is the tentacles here? Tentacle spelling is T-E-N-D-A-C-L-E-S. Tentacle spelling is T-E-N-D-A-C-L-E-S. So tentacles are always very flexible. It is very, very flexible. Like this is the structure, no? So this is a structure we have learned. So this is a tentacles. So it will help to catch the prey. It will help to catch the prey, and it will act as a defense also. So that is the fourth point. Now read at the fourth point. The word cnidaria derived from the word nidoplast or nidocytes present on tentacles for capturing prey, or they need to escape from the predators means, or it will act as a defense mechanism. And this tentacles is started to releases some smell, okay, some bad smell, stinky smell, it will have a stinky capsules, because the smell only it will irritate the predators to move out from the coelentrata group. Is that clear, children? So what and all you want to remember? One concept. Why we are call it as cnidarian means it will contain a nidoplast. What is that nidoplast? Where we can see the nidoplast? We can see the nidoplast in the tentacles. So this is the tentacles means where this we can see the inside. When we take a cross section, we can see the nidoplast. So this nidoplast contains what? Stinking capsules or nematocytes. So this will help to create some stinking smell, thereby it will escape from the predators. Is that clear, children? And fifth point, a central gastrovascular cavity is present. How we have learned in porifera, a water canal or water transport system. No, we have learned in porifera water canal or water transport system. But here you want to remember a very important cavity, gastrovascular cavity. So what do you mean by the gastrovascular cavity? Here only digestion would take place in the gastrovascular cavity. So we'll tell, because in porifera there is no separate system for digestion. So it will take place within the cell even, intracellular digestion. So we'll tell digestion is absent, extracellular digestion is absent. But come to coelentrata, where we can see the cavity in the center of the animal. So in gastrovascular cavity is present where the digestion would take place. And here digestion is incomplete. Okay, at the end of your this chapter, no, at the end of your chapter, the tabular column was given 60, page number 60. I will explain afterwards. Now you just follow. In that everything is given. For example, porifera means there is no digestive system. Coelentrata means digestion is incomplete. Why we are call it so? Because if it is a proper digestive system means it should contain a mouth, one opening, and anus also. Two opening it should contains. But in coelentrata only one opening is there. So the same entering of food and removal of fecal matter through the same opening. So there is no separate mouth and anus. Only one opening does the function of same. That's why we can call it as digestion is incomplete. Digestion is incomplete. And here we'll tell digestion is partly extracellular and partly intracellular. In the cavity also and inside, because it is a next state of porifera. So intracellular digestion also will be there. Extracellular digestion also will be there. And how we have learned in the porifera, no, that the spicules will act as a skeleton. But here we can see some of the skeletons made up of calcium carbonate in the coral reef. So we are very thorough with the coral reefs. No, all beautiful colors can be seen. So this coral reefs, in the outer layer we can see the exoskeleton, that is made up of calcium carbonate. And here the tissue level organization started. Before it was a multicellular, but here a tissue level organization was started. And here we can see very two important stages, polyp and medusa. What do you mean by polyp and medusa, children? Here polyp and medusa means same organisms will show two different structures also. Same organisms will show two different structures, polyps and medusa. Polyps means this is the structure of polyp. So the structure will be like this. This is the structure of polyp. So this polyp, it doesn't contains any tentacles or like that. So obviously it will be attached to any one area. Okay, it will be attached to the any one area. So we can call it as sessile. Polyps are always sessile. Okay. If it is sessile means it won't attach with some proper substratum, but it used to move from one place to another place also. And this polyp can be converted into medusa. Polyp can be converted into medusa through asexual reproduction, and medusa can form again polyps by sexual reproduction. Like that we can see alteration of generation in only one species, Obelia. only one species, Obelia. The details were given in your textbook. So we can see two basic body design in the coelentrata, polyp and medusa. Polyp is sessile and it is a cylindrical like structure, and if it is a sessile, there is no stalk for the attachment. There is no stalk for the attachment. So automatically it will be a free swimming. Okay, it will be a free swimming, and this polyp can be changed into medusa, and after medusa, again through a sexual reproduction, it started to form a polyp. Like that, alternation of generation would occur in the polyp and medusa in the species of Obelia. Is that clear, children? So here we can see some different structures. For example, polyp is in one structure and medusa will be in the umbrella like structure. Like that, we can see different shapes of the coelentrata group. And medusa is like an umbrella, free swimming Aurelia, that is jellyfish. And those having both stage of alternation of generation is called as metagenesis. That is, polyp produces medusa by asexually, medusa sexually produce polyp. And what are the example? Physalia, that we can call it as Portuguese man of war, Adam's sea anemone, and menandrine brine cord. So these are the common example. So what is that? Brine cord, or this is not a cord, this is a brine coral, C-O-R-A-L, brine coral. This is not a cord. So how can we conclude the coelentrata group? What are the special structures we have learned? It is a tissue level organization started. Still it is a diploplastic, and here gastrovascular cavity will be present. So digestion will be intracellular, extracellular. Digestion is incomplete because of the presence of only one opening, that is on hypostome region, that is in the above region, above the cavity. That's why we are called as hypostome. And here we can see a nidoplast as tentacles like structure. Eat that, we can see nido capsules. It started to release some stinky smell to escape from the predators. Is that clear, children? That's all about the characteristic regarding the Cnidaria. So here what you want to remember? Symmetry is radial and germ layer diploplastic, and level of organization we can see true organs are absent, but slowly the digestive system started, and there is no head and there is no special flagella like structure, but tentacles will be present, and the body cavity is acoelomate, but here gastro cavity is present for digestion. And here the skeleton is endoskeleton or exoskeleton. Exoskeleton means it is a calcium carbonate, and digestion is incomplete. And here respiration is surface respiration like diffusion, very simple diffusion, and excretion also diffusion process only. And here how the food will circulate from throughout the body, again through a gastrovascular cavity. It will spread throughout that body. Nervous system, here it slowly a primitive nervous system started. Some sensory cells will present, so slowly nervous system will started. And reproduction, we can see most of the reproductions are asexual by budding. Budding we can see hydrondal, we can see budding, and we can see sexual also, polyp to medusa, medusa to polyp. And here what are the common species? Now I'll show you some of the common species. So these are the Physalia, okay, sea fan, sea anemone, brine coral. So how beautifully the coral, no? So these are the some common example for coelentrata group. Here I'll explain the structure, okay. So this is the tentacles, children, and mouth will present on the hypostome region. So mouth will present on the hypostome region and tentacles will be there. So this tentacles will contains what? Nidoplast. So that's why we are called as Cnidaria. So nidoplast will started to secrete some stinky smell, and this is only gastrovascular cavity, and this was lined by gastrodermis layer. And here I told you it is a diploplastic, so mesogalia will be present, no mesoderm. And nerve net, some sensory cells started. There is no complete nervous system. Some sensory cells started. That's why we are called as nerve net. And we can see the epidermis. And what is the cross section of hydra means? We can see epidermis, mesogalia layer, and gastrodermis in the inner layer, and gastrovascular cavity. This is not a gut cavity, is different from coelom cavity, children. So gastrovascular cavity is a gut cavity, whereas it will comes under acoelomate group only. And there are some muscle fibers and cnidocytes, no, it will present on the tentacle. Now only the sensory cells are started. That's why we are called it as primitive nervous system. And interstitial cells. Interstitial cells I'll explain with the other organisms. You just remember interstitial cells also will present in the coelentrata group. And circular muscle fibers, because here tissue level started, so we can see slowly the other part also. So thank you, children. Next video I'll send the next group, next phylum. Thank you.